said, but he was making some power, and he's not happy with that start.
Yeah, so we were talking about that whole situation of the restart, and you saw it being used right there by Moen. He didn't like the way that Gushi jumped the course, so he stopped, which means this is all for nothing for Gushi. So he'll have to turn around, get back on the start line, and we're going to redo this again. This is a great execution by Kenny Moen, showing that if you're not happy, there is a way that you can ask a restart, and that's by coming to a stop. And he definitely, right off the line, something happened. Not sure if he just couldn't get traction, but I think they're using the hand signals.
Okay. I wasn't really paying attention, but Kenneth shut it down pretty quick. He wasn't
yeah, he didn't get very far, that's for sure.
So, I'm sure Ken spotters, his team are on the radio telling him what's up, and just have to line him up again.
I noticed that Kenny Moen flying that Nordic flag on his car. Maybe it was a little sign of good luck for Osbo last year when he flew that flag through top 16 and was able to make a podium. So I know those guys were over at the Gatpils Festival this weekend. Have you been able to make it over there at all?
Every year I say I'm going to get there, and now that I'm living in the States, it's certainly not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, Kenny flying the flag from Homeland, I was talking to him about Gateville. He said it was just crazy as usual, but he was running he has a new Super and his old Super that he both had big mechanical problems with, so he didn't have too much fun, but by all accounts it was a great event.
Looking back at the start, you can see that Gushi's got 2 or 3 car lengths within the first 100 feet off the line. So Moen stopped right away, which meant that we're going to do a restart. So we're going to be going back, restarting this. Gushi is the higher qualified driver. He qualified 14th. Moen qualified 19th, a difference of, I believe, 4 qualifying points overall. Both drivers had scores in the 80s. So not a big difference in horsepower. Moen going to have to wait for Gushi to catch up to him. Here we go on the bank. This is the part that counts the most. Gushi got a little bit higher line on the bank. Moen not far behind him. Some good angle for both drivers coming off the exit of the bank, back through the power alley. Moen takes a little bit more shallower line to try and catch up to Gushi. Really tight on that clip, that final clip across the line. Good smoke coming from Kenny Moen's car. He's a privateer buying Falcon tires, while Ken Gushi is on Hankook tires. So let's go to the replay, see this again. Overall, a good run.
Another sketchy start, though, but this time it went the other way. Kenneth was, determined to get a good start this time. He had to wait for Ken. Get back in behind him, but, good. Both drivers are good run of the bank. I really thought Kenneth was going to make some contact here. He came in so hot, but put on some angle and was able to save it, and really awesome coming off the bank. So close to Gushi, but Ken runs it right out to the wall. The line that judges want to see, and Kenneth is quite shallow, unfortunately. He's way in on the inside clip, right the whole way around the corner. Finishes with good proximity to Ken, but I think predominantly there that is shallower line on the infield. It could hurt his score right now. They were pretty evenly matched throughout the course, but,
it may be a bit of a deduction, but I think overall not a bad run from Moen, and that's definitely something to take into account.
That's probably the best tandem we've seen on the bank, and especially coming off the bank, which I said is the hardest thing to get right here. I mean, Kenneth I was full sure the contact was going to be made, and he saved it with a ton of angle, and then just got back on the power, and came into the first power alley section of the infield right on Ken, but Ken was just able to carry his speed out to the wall and have a slightly better outside line. So not much in it, no major errors by either driver, just came down to a line difference, and we'll have to see what the judges think. But because Ken, of course, has effectively done 2 runs now and Kenneth's done 1, I'm sure Ken is going to want to change tires, so we might have
I don't know if that is actually a possibility, to be honest, because I think the rule is that once you start a tandem run, you're not able to finish it until both runs are completed. But
Ken is not lining back up; he's sitting there. So I think Gushi, I would say he's probably going to want a set of tires, but maybe he's not going to be allowed to change.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that's ruled, because Ken did finish the course. I'm not sure if he didn't see the flagger that was warning him. We're staring at that orange cone, that ominous orange cone right now. That's the one that you must stop by in order to request a rerun. And of course the crowd Again, we're up at the top here where it says NASCAR.
That's our final inner clip we're looking at.
Yep.
The last turn, the last right turn, which is
you can see the line of people lined up on that
because
bicycle
that's where
fencing.
we see a lot of action. I mean, it's a very basic turn, but being the last turn on the course, we see a lot of action. It's very low speed, like second gear stuff. But I think last year with Turk and Forsberg, Turk spun it there, right? It was a pretty close run through the way right at the last turn. We've seen a number of people hit the wall, so you always get a good crowd down there, collect body parts, tail lights, bumpers, whatever goes flying through the fence.
Again, Jacob Leviton, Eric O'Sullivan, we're your Driftstream pair for the top 32. So thanks for watching. Tell your friends, formulad.com/live. Go to shopfd.com to pick up some sweet swag. How's everything been going for you over in New Jersey? I know you're enjoying the States compared to Ireland,
yeah? It's been really, really hot and ridiculously humid, but I'm still working with everyone, all the Gardellas over County Line Auto Body, which I'm sure are watching the drift stream today, so a big shout out to everyone at County Line. Doing as much drifting as I can up at E-Town where all the Club Loose guys. We had an East Coast Bash a couple of weeks ago. It was, like I said, best weekend drifting I've ever been a part of. Just such a good time, a lot of awesome people there. I think we had 160 odd drivers, which makes it, I think now one of the biggest sort of grassroots sort of drift events that isn't such a competition, but just grassroots drift events in the States, if not
definitely
the world
in the
US.
Point,
it's just got so big, and it's so much fun. I'm really gonna have to try and get some of the lads from back home, the boys over here to take part in it, because it's just like nothing we have back home. The facility is awesome. You can run two separate groups on two separate tracks at one time, where we can link it all together and just smoke the whole place out. I mean, 10-car trains were going down into the night. It was just an awesome time. So that's pretty much all I'm doing, man. Working away and hitting the track as much as I can.
Again, for those of you watching who might be anywhere in the southwest area of the United States, our next event is going to be in August in Vegas, and then in October at Irwindale. Make sure and buy your tickets, formulad.com, because both events are likely to sell out. We've had a packed house at every event we've been to this season. Formula D is the premier sanctioning body in the U.S., and I would say in the world. Definitely a lot of drivers aiming to come here into Formula D competition and face all the drivers. We're seeing international drivers like Jonathan Castro, Frederick Osbo, Kenny Moen, all coming over here to try and compete.
I think of all the drift series throughout the world, I think Formula D probably generates most exposure for you as a driver. It's huge publicity, drift stream for one, TV show, and the massive crowds. Like the sellout crowd must be at least 10,000 people here, right?
I think it's right around 10,000 people in Seattle.
That's huge exposure for any driver, which in turn gives much better opportunities for sponsorship. And tire deals